Hello, my fellow seekers of truth, knowledge, and wisdom. Today I want to continue my exploration of Eyes Wide Shut with Alice's dream. This is a part of the movie, among many parts, that I find very strange and doesn't really match the logic up to this point. Now, nothing is clear about this, and of course Kubrick leaves much of the film to be deliberately ambiguous to allow the audience to come to many of the conclusions that they do. And there's a lot of different theories out there, and I think they're all very interesting. And I wanted to explore the dream because I find it very strange that Bill returns from the masquerade party and she has a dream which almost identically matches what went on in the dream. So there's been a lot of theories out there, and the general accepted theories, the more vanilla theories, talk about how no, this is just a strange coincidence, and what's really going on is that she is projecting her own anxieties and sexual frustrations and jealousies about her marriage to Bill. But I don't think so. I want to really look at this dream because it's so strange that on the very same night that he returns from a sex orgy, she has this almost identical dream of the happenings that went on at this sex party. So let's look at this. So Kubrick never implies supernatural knowledge. Instead, he uses mirroring and psychological symmetry. And so the common accepted theories or interpretations that are most consistent with Kubrick's style are that the dream itself is not literal of Bill's night. It's more psychological, a psychological parallel. Both partners are experiencing sexual jealousy, fantasy, and betrayal at the same time. Her dream is a manifestation of the same anxieties. But again, I'm not buying it. I want to explore this and consider other theories. And what of the mask? How does the mask end up on the pillow? So let's examine this. So we see Bill putting the mask and the costume, the cloak that he's rented from the costume shop, in a little cabinet in a room in their house that appears to be his office. And the cabinet has a lock on it. Okay. So, typical of Kubrick, he leaves this very ambiguous. And yet there's no evidence that, per se, Alice left it there. So, what the mask represents on the pillow is that it's all out in the open now. It symbolizes Bill's guilt finally becoming visible. It's the moment his secret life comes home in his with his family there. Kubrick uses it as a visual confession. So, is it possible that Bill himself left it there in a sort of unconscious way of broaching the topic and finally getting it out in the open? So Bill leaves it there intentionally so that it will be found. And Kubrick wants the audience to feel the shock of exposure. So, but here's my thoughts on this. So, other possible options. So, most agree the mask symbolizes the collapse of Bill and Alice's illusions about themselves, their marriage, and their safe world. The mask represents the truth Bill has been hiding and the emotional unmasking that Alice's confession triggered earlier about her desire to be with this sailor. But who put it there? And Kubrick leaves this open. So the one that I come to believe is that Alice herself put it there. So sensing that there was something strange and off about her husband that she knows so intimately, his routines and his day-to-day and aspects of his personality, she senses that something's off. So she does a little snooping, right? And she finds this mask. And she's like, okay, what is this? And sort of like an in-your-face situation, she places it on his pillow so that now he's forced to now discuss it. So many agree with this perspective. Alice is shown earlier in the film as perceptive, intuitive, and emotionally intelligent. She knows something is off with Bill. Bill hides the mask in a cabinet. Alice could easily have found it while putting away items or simply to do a little snooping, like, what's going on with my husband? Why is he acting so weird? The placement on his pillow, not hers, feels like a direct confrontation. I have found this. Now tell me the truth. What is this about? Thematically, this aligns with the film's focus on marriage, honesty, and the masks couples wear. The mask is the physical embodiment of Bill's secret life. Alice placing it there forces him to confront what he's been hiding. No more masks, no more lies. Now, this is another theory that I've come up with, that someone from the cult broke into his house, because they've got connections everywhere, and they could easily have found a locksmith or somebody to sneak in. Maybe they even enlisted the help of the babysitter, for all we know, right? So the cult clearly has surveillance capabilities and influence. They already warned Bill once. Leaving the mask would be a subtle but chilling message. We can reach you anywhere. The cult's threat is resolved earlier when Ziegler tells Bill to drop it. Breaking into his home would escalate the threat in a way that contradicts Ziegler's "it's over" speech, because I don't think it is over. The mask's placement is intimate, emotional, and violates his personal space and safe home and his family. So a cult threat shifts the meaning away from the film's core theme, which is sort of contradicting some of these general consensus on these things. So, something to consider, that their reach is very far and wide, and even intimate. They can that's one theory. So the mask on the pillow is the moment Bill's two worlds collide: his secret night of fantasy and danger, and his real life, marriage, and responsibilities of family. So whether Alice places it there or not, or that someone within the cult infiltrated his house, the effect is the same. Bill is finally unmasked. And going back to what I had said earlier, tying it into her dream, where I see it as she is prophesying. She's looking into some traumatic thing that will happen to them now that they have infiltrated and access the inner circle. So just some different theories and ideas about this. So I envision that they do have to return. And, there's different other conspiracy theories about the daughter and how in the toy store she's abducted. And so maybe this is the way they can get her back, is if they have to then sell their soul to the cult. And then this is why Alice has this terrible foreboding dream, that they will have to act out all those things that she saw in her dream. Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive.